Hey everybody, we're from AstartesGaming here, back with some more Banner Saga 2. So before we jump in today, I'd like to remind you guys to hit that like button if you'd like to see some more Banner Saga 2. And if you're enjoying the series, don't forget to subscribe so that you can follow along. So, anywho, last time around, we were sort of, headed along the road. In the previous episode, we had just met up with Fasalt, who was sort of like running around amongst a bunch of dredge. We don't really know his whole story, but he survived Einertoft. We picked him up, he joined our group, and so basically we had started on a death march to Manahar. Bulwark basically said, whoever stops gets left behind. We're going full steam ahead, and we're not stopping for anything. We did end up getting bogged down in a little bit of combat, but interestingly enough, the Stone Singer that we had picked up prior actually ended up helping us out by buffing. I think he buffed our armor or our health or something, and then I think he like chipped away at the enemy's armor a little bit. Either way, he was helping us out, which was really cool, and I'm glad that I decided to trust him because it ended up benefiting us quite a bit. But anywho, now that that combat is over, Bulwark is injured as well as Krumir, I believe. And so we're back on the road, but we're a little bit vulnerable right now. So anywho, the Stone Singer falls to the ground, drained of the ability to even stand. Zephyr stops you from approaching him. He was calling to the others to leave this place, she says. They paid him no heed, so he did what he could to help us. It cost him. He's as frail as a child now. You snort and signal for everyone to keep moving. Zephyr and a few others place the Stone Singer back in a cart. Alright, well, at least he's not dead. He did survive, but it sounds like he's pretty weak. I think he was in a fairly weakened state before. Oh, we're stopped again. The caravan is tiring, but so far still marching. Ahead, dredge are climbing out of a crevice. Damn it. I can make them regret coming out of that hole, Ollie slurs, then belches loudly while hefting his favorite throwing axe. No, let's just keep moving. We agreed on death march. Let's just keep rolling along. Ollie shrugs, taking a pull from a water skin, which smells distinctly like mead, and stays close by. You veer the caravan away from the dredge and soon outpace the dredge. I trust Steer a lot more than I trust Ollie. Ollie is a drunk after all, and so his decision making probably isn't always particularly great. On the other hand, Steer sort of was making a noble sacrifice and knew exactly what he was doing. He also seemed like he was probably not long for this world anyways, and so I didn't feel as bad letting him go out fighting rather than, dying of old age or whatever, that cough was that he had. So anyways, we're trying to outpace them. I think we'll do just fine here. Whew, that looks like a long road ahead. It's a lot of open space too. The Ravens are making good time despite growing tired. Through this pass, you say, and keep your heads down. Suddenly, snow and rocks roar down a hill in front of you. That's no coincidence, you say, and turn to find the dredge pressing in. Oh, well, it doesn't look like we got very far before they caught us. Right, well, we've got some more combat on our hands here. Unfortunately, Bulwark is injured, but I think he'll be alright. He's just going to lose one strength, which isn't a huge deal. Krumir's also injured, but I figure we can go ahead and swap Bercy in and be fine. Actually, now that we have a little bit more renown, let's actually take him up to level 5. So we'll accept that, and that'll leave us with 10, which is hopefully enough. I'm going to take his strength up to 15. That's going to make him significantly better at what he does. He doesn't really need the willpower anyways, so I think that's the best use of his points. I'll confirm that. And right, he's going to join us. I think I want him further up, actually. I used to like my hard-hitting kind of glass cannon characters in the back, but I'm finding that putting them up front is working out a little bit better for me because the enemy tends to put archers and stuff toward the front of the formations now, which I don't think they did very much of in previous games, or in the previous game, that is. So it seemed to be a little bit more effective in the second game. And the tank characters, I like to kind of let the enemy come to me anyways, so putting them in the back makes more sense. And then the range character, I can kind of move over wherever I need him. So who do we give this to? That's the question. Armor break, movement, and armor on rest. I think Fasalt would make great use of that, and he doesn't have any items, so let's go ahead and throw that into his inventory. The armor on rest is going to be great for him. And he's also pretty good at breaking armor, so I think that's a good choice. The movement really doesn't benefit him much, but it wouldn't necessarily benefit many of these other characters either, except for maybe Bercy. We have to clear those rocks behind us. Oh, this is interesting. So I have to smash through the rocks and fight? Oh, man. Well, I think what I'll do is I do have, several tank characters on the field here. Maybe I will put, like, Bulwark and Bercy in the back and let them just kind of eat away at this stuff. Let's see, there's a bunch of 15s here and there's some big 20s. It might be better to go after the big ones. I don't know if we need to clear the whole thing or just, like, make one little point to break through. But I think something like this might be smarter. So we'll kind of fan these guys out and just kind of hold this line, I guess. We'll try to hold the line here while these guys just chip away. Or I could commit everyone, I don't know. This is a weird... Let's just find out, I guess. Okay, so 14, yeah, why don't you... Actually, no, don't line up directly on it, so Bercy can help. Get to there. Let's see, we can do 14 to that. Let's go all in. Okay, if we don't clear this Feint ice away, the caravan can't get through. Yeah, I know. Tempest, yeah. You're gonna hit Bulwark, though. So it's clockwise from the target. I don't know how many it's gonna hit, but I'm gonna start here and go this way. Hopefully he runs out before he hits Bulwark. Yeah, let's do that. Nope, he got Bulwark. But he did break through several blocks, it looks like. I should probably retreat these guys a bit. Yeah, I think falling back is a good idea. Let's just go back to maybe here. And then I'm going to have you champion for now. No point wasting a turn. Good Munder, let's get you back to... I don't know that I like that. That might give somebody a free shot at Ollie. But I gotta retreat, yeah, let's fall back to here. And I'm gonna stonewall. Let's see, he's next, and then, oh, the big guy. The big guy might get Ollie. We'll see. Malice, sure. Oh, nobody's in range. Okay, never mind. Okay, he didn't get there anyways. Let's get you over here. Oh, you can actually help out from that spot. That's kind of cool. Let's see, he might have enough to break this one. No, not quite. Looks like we're doing alright. These guys are kind of getting tripped up on themselves. I can't move you up any further, can I? Oh, yes, I can. 13. Let's put it to 14. Ooh, whoops. Did not mean to catch him on the backswing there. Bercy, let's get you up here, and you should be able to Tempest through these again. Although you might hit Bulwark again. It shouldn't matter. Yeah, we're only doing like 1 damage. But still, I probably shouldn't be hitting my own guys. I need you to continue to champion and just go ahead and keep spending your willpower. Oh wow, he just buffed the hell out of these guys. Or no, it cost them armor, but it gave them strength. Got it. You need to stonewall, because if one of these guys hits you, it's going to be ugly. That's not too big a deal, although it did bounce. Malice, I can't hit anybody with it, so we'll just rest. Nice. Oh, never mind, not nice. It bounced again. 10. God, I wish he had like one more. There's no point in wasting it. Let's weaken this guy, I guess. If he was like 1 point stronger, he could take these out, but he's not quite there. So there's one more over here that we need to hit. Let's put you here to make sure you don't hit him. And then why don't you go all in on that. And hopefully the second swing will break it. Perfect. And I think that just leaves these two and then we're through. Yeah, Bercy, why don't you go bust these? And let's see, he can't quite get through that one, but I think... Oh, whoops, well we can't Tempest anyways, so... Yeah, hit that one, break that one. I'll have Ollie soften this one up, and then the next turn he'll finish it. And we should be all the way through at that point. Keep weakening this guy. Yeah, luckily we formed a shield wall here. It's actually helping us quite a bit. Because we have increased armor now. Why don't you soften him up big time? They're just going to keep sniping me with... Oh, wow. He knocked her the hell out. Ollie, soften that up. And then Bercy will break it during his next turn. Sure, Bulwark, why don't you go help them out? Oh, wait, you're going to hit... I don't know. Actually, let's call the week. So, it said 6, right? I think it said 6. So we should be fine with that. Perfect. And then we could do... Oh, we can't do enough right there. I could probably get him, though. No, I can't. I don't know what to do. I guess I could kill this guy. We'll just do a regular attack. Hopefully it does not hit Assault. It didn't, cool. Oh, crap. He's gonna go down. Yeah, that sucks. I shouldn't have done that. But I think we're through. So that might end the battle. No, it didn't. There's no snow. Oh, there's one right there. Shit. What's it? 14? Damn it. Let's see. I'm going to get her back up front to hold this line. Bercy should be able to get it. I'm going to use the rest of the willpower to champion. Although it doesn't really seem to be protecting anybody, strangely enough. You can keep... Oh, crap. We'll rest then. I kind of wasted those stone walls. Nobody even went after him. Why don't you Malice... That guy could one-shot us. Maybe we shouldn't. We'll just keep resting. That will give him some armor at least. Okay, can you get out to here, warm this up for us, and then Bercy will finish it. And that should be all of it. And then I think the battle will end. I'm not entirely sure, but I get the feeling that that's all we need to do, and then we can just run away. Hopefully that's the case, because otherwise this is not going particularly well for us. Oh, cool. It was. So that's the end of the battle. Although we did lose Bulwark, which really, really sucks. But he was already injured, so I guess it's not that big a deal. And they have thrown a couple battles at us in a row, so I don't know that we'll have to fight again for a while. Alright, back on the road. Cool. So, looks like we did get out of that alive. Although, again, Bulwark is injured. And, oh, there's the old ford. So I think that's our goal. We've still got pretty solid morale, too. You can almost make out the old fort in the distance, but there's open land between you and it. Oddly, the dredge seemed to have fallen away. Some ravens began slowing, tripping over their own feet with exhaustion. Krumir, the old Varl war leader, speaks up. This reminds me of the ambush I sprung on Talon, the craziest chieftain of men I ever fought. His fighters were all strung out and tired like us. One small trick would have ruined our ambush, but luckily for us, they never figured it out. What are you getting at? Bah, never mind the details, the old Varl says. Let me take some of our fighters to handle this situation. Damn it. I mean, he's pretty experienced. I do trust him. And we do have Bercy to fall back on if we lose him, so I think this might create an opportunity for us. Let's give him the chance. Don't make me regret this. You're too young to have regrets, Krumir says. I've only had 2 in my life. One was sleeping too close to the fire in a great hall after eating eggs for 12 days straight. I'll tell you the second another time. A dozen fighters take off with the war leader and disappear over a hill. So we'll see what happens with that, but I get the feeling he'll be alright. He knows what he's doing. Okay, another day passed. We're down to normal morale now, but we are going to hit the old forge. Hopefully we can buy some supplies there.
Gods, of all places to make a final stand, I bring us to the old fort. A human bridge that should have crumbled 100 years ago.
Interesting. Okay, so he's not particularly fond of this bridge, but it does give us a pretty defensible spot here where they kind of have to come across in order to attack us. We need water and sleep. Yeah, I bet. That death march was pretty brutal. And, you know, we're fighting along the whole way, too. Okay, well, it does look like this place is defended. There are humans here. These people will help us. Don't attack them. They could set up better defenses, though. This place does not look very well fortified. I mean, they're starting to put, like, stakes and stuff in the ground, but that's not going to be enough. Shield wall, you say, or think you say. Fatigue hinders your every thought. No one forms up as large groups of humans approach from the buildings near the old ford. The small, stout man leads them. Mercenaries, huh? You don't look worth a damn, let alone coin. You reach for your axes, but a few spearmen make it clear you shouldn't. Easy, the last thing we need is to spill each other's blood before that dark wall or the dredge get their chance, eh? Dredge, the word echoes in your head. They don't know what they're doing. The man makes a face, and even Folko lifts her head enough to squint at you. Well, we're in charge with keeping this route open for the clans that went to Arborang, the man says, so we know we're going to be killing as many of those dredge as we can. Threats and commands come to mind but never make it out of your mouth. The march, the fighting, the lack of sleep all catch up with you, and you fall to a knee. You try to catch yourself, but gracelessly your head hits the snow.
Darkness. Purple lightning and a dark sun. What in the depths is this?
I don't know what's happening with him, but it's not good. Sensing you're being watched, you leap to your feet and reach for Claw and Fang, but they're missing. You roar in anger. The short man by the entrance takes a step back. Easy, Bulwark. Nobody's trying to harm you. You get to your feet, head pounding. Where are the ravens, you ask? I woke you first, he says, but the others need to get up too. I let you sleep as long as I dared, but we're almost out of time. He motions to a side table, and you find your axes undamaged. Who are you and what do you want, you ask? My name's Hatter, but that won't matter in a few hours, the man says. We came from Akur. We're the rear guard of the clan's army that went to challenge the king in Arborang. With axes in hand, you ask, then what do you want from me? Well, I'm no battle leader, he says. I'm just a skirmisher like all the rest here. I'm proud of myself for not running off already. Plain and simple, you know how to fight, so tell us what to do and we'll do it. We've got fighters who could use some tips or encouragement, Hatter says. Maybe we could build some stake walls with parts of buildings. Up to you, but you don't have time to do much, and no one's expecting miracles. Regardless of how this plays out, I'm glad you stumbled in here when you did. Stepping out into the cold air refreshes you. You look around and are surprised to see stragglers crossing the bridge. Can't believe it, can you, Kremir says, walking among the dozen fighters you sent with him. One of these days, all you realize there's only one thing tougher than an old Varl war leader on a mission. The ravens around him look tired, but happy to have made it. I knew we could trust him. The old wanderer is alone and angry. What's wrong with you, old man? He glares at you. Those Fane dredge, we fought them a few times, but they eventually got the better of us. Killed everyone but me. Just threw my blade away and shoved my head in the snow. He coughs and spits. Grab a new blade, you say. Get ready to avenge the insult. Ah, so he made it. Cool. I didn't think we were going to see him again. It seemed like he was going out for one last hurrah and he didn't intend to come back. You grab a handful of snow and squeeze it in your fists until a trickle of water falls to the ground. A silent tribute to your ravens who didn't make it. Okay, guys, we got a couple options here. I think we'll stop by the market first, just to see if we can get any more supplies. We do have a decent amount, but we could always stand to gain a little bit more. Although, we do not want to commit all of them to the market, because I would like to spend some of it on maybe one last level up before this battle. I don't know what's in the houses or the volunteers, but we'll have to take a look at those as well. Alright, so one round gets us 2 supplies. I don't think that'll get us very far. 16 days, that might be worth it. Let's see, I could spend that much to get 17 days. It's not terrible. And I think 13 renowns to get enough to get one person from. I don't remember. I think it's 4 to 5. No, sorry, 4 to 5 is 9 renown, so I think 5 to 6 costs 13. So this will basically zero us out, but I think this is the best way to go. And let's check out the heroes. So we can get one character from level 5 to 6. I think it's going to be Ollie, because Folka is going to need more than that. Yeah, we can't afford her. Right, so Ollie. Let's promote you. It's going to cost me everything I've got. Run through. So it gives him the Backbiter ability, which is actually pretty good. Bloody Flail's not bad either. Stonewall's pretty interesting. Man, he's got a lot of options. He's actually really versatile character. This makes him sort of like a tank that can throw, which is pretty badass, actually. Bloody Flail's not a bad attack either. It's basically the attack he already has with his axes, but at melee range. Although I think the one he has... No, the one he has can't work if he's engaged, like, adjacent by an enemy. This one's an interesting choice, but I don't know that I want to use him that aggressively, so maybe Stonewall just to make him a little bit more tough, I guess? I mean... If he ever gets caught in melee, I'd prefer him to be able to protect himself, where these are just going to help him do a little bit more damage. This might get him into trouble and put him in the back lines. This one could keep him alive in situations where he normally wouldn't be able to survive. So I'm going to go with that one. And then I think we'll take... I could have used that extra point last time, so maybe it's time to take it now. And then we'll grab the linkage with the other point. And so that just leaves him with a little bit of renown left and maybe some abilities. Hunker Down gives 20% chance to resist 1 armor damage. That's not particularly great. None of these abilities really seem all that great to me. So I'm going to confirm that, and then I think we're ready to go here. Right, so these houses, let's see what we can do with them. Walking among the buildings, a few ravens introduce you to a carpenter from the town. Easy enough to bring a few of those homes and barns down, he says, pointing with a hammer. If you and your ravens help me cart some of the materials from them, we'll make it so any force coming across that bridge will pay dearly. We don't have any archers to take advantage of that. That's a good point. Not to worry, the man says. We've got a few. They're not the best shots in the world, but they can help. What do you say? Defenses will go a long way. I mean, I don't know how familiar you guys are with history, but there's been several examples throughout history of... forces, like garrison forces defending castles, being vastly outnumbered and being able to hold the castle or the fortification just because of, you know, the advantage that that can give you. So I think this is going to be a good call, and it sounds like they might throw in some archers to help us out if we do this. So yeah, get started right away, he says. A few hours later, stake walls are in place as the dredge arrive. They might not save us, you tell Folka, but we'll be able to kill a few more than before. Alright, so let's talk to Folka, and I think we're going to be out of time. Shield Maiden tightens straps on her armor while glaring at you with red-rimmed eyes. If you've got something to say, say it. We'll be dead before long. We don't have to be. We could leave. Right now. Whoever's after us would roll through here without slowing. We'll be caught in the open. Then we can leave the damn cart here. Let the dredge have it. I gave an oath to... An oath isn't worth all our feigned lives. Start acting like a raven, damn it. Oh, I know. We're not supposed to feel things, right? We're not supposed to be scared when more dredge than anyone's ever seen are marching straight at us. Or when the constant sun is about to be blocked out by a wall of darkness full of warped things. It's just another day, right? Her lip trembles and she looks away, trying to collect herself. We're not all bears, Bulwark, or Varl, or whatever you've become. What would you do if the person you followed for years was no longer the same? I'm trying to figure out what's happening to me. You said yourself will be dead soon. What have you come up with? There's a voice in my head, growing louder. I've been fighting to keep it quiet. Bellower's voice, probably. But Bellower's dead. His body... He's asleep. I think the arrow keeps him that way. She nods. The conclusion doesn't seem too far-fetched for her. These dreams are things he's seen. The Valka did something to betray him. They were working with the Sunder? I think so. But this has more to do with Avon and Juno. They did something bad. I don't think Zephyr even knows what they did. The two of you look over at Zephyr. The Valka stares into a fire, lost in thought. So what does all of it mean? I don't know. I figured as much. Still, feels better knowing I'm not the only one in the dark. You look up at the sharp contrast between the constant sunshine and the black wall. Heh, guess we'll all be in the dark soon enough. Scout's horn signals all the fighters to the bridge. If we make it through this, someone in Manahar is going to answer to me. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and end the episode right here because we are out of time. So, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Banner Saga 2 with you guys, and I will see you guys back here for the next episode.